Hey gang, it's Ark. Welcome back to Gemcraft Frostborn Wrath. Before we get started here, I just wanted to talk for a second about this trait scroll that I found at the end of the last episode. This one here. So, this gives a lot of armor based on the number of other monsters on the field. And when I was initially considering this, I was thinking about, you can use beam or bolt or pylons to ignore armor. And now I will have to test. I'm assuming that the non-destructible part just means that you can't remove it with the purple gems, but that you can still ignore it with all of these other features. And so that sounded like it would be very powerful if you could survive long enough to get to the point where you have enough of your pylons and your other stuff. But what I didn't think about is that poison ignores armor. And so you could actually just do traps with poison gems in them for like the first 10 to 20 waves while you set the rest of it up. So I think this is going to be very powerful. Another thing I thought about is, if you watched the last episode, you might have noticed sometimes when my main kill gem has a mana leech component, I like to put the beam spell on it to get a lot of extra mana. But the problem is that the shots have a longer range than the beam. And so quite frequently it just kills all the monsters before they can get in range of the beam itself. And so having something like this active would prevent that from being an issue, because everything would be too strong for the regular shots to kill, and only the beam would be able to take them out. Of course, to take advantage of that, you'd have to make sure that you can kill all the stuff that comes through with just the beam. So there is some risk involved with that. All right, anyway, I just wanted to talk about that a bit. We'll do some testing with that when we go to do endurance runs. But it seems now at least that with this trait, Overcrowd, and this one, we would have a pretty strong setup for farming experience without getting anything that would really make the game a lot harder. Like, a lot of this stuff just would make it so much harder. It would make it harder to survive both the early and the late game. This just makes the early game a bit harder. This makes the early game a bit harder, as long as you have a way to get around the armor. It doesn't do much as long as you have a long-term plan to ignore armor. And this one doesn't do anything unless you let the monsters through. So I think those three are a good setup to try. I did try earlier with like this, and one of these two traits, and possibly something else. But those runs didn't go very well. I think I took on too much at a time. Anyway, that's enough time spent talking about that. We have a choke point here, and we're down to just the last couple of things, I think. We have a few stashes to open, and we've got just these two fields, which might open up to one or two more fields. So the first thing I want to do, actually, let's go into the talisman here, and let's just get rid of a bunch of this stuff. I'll save this for now. I'm going to go back and analyze this in more depth later. But I'm just going to get rid of this. I don't need this fragment. Experience and damage to Reavers on an edge. It's a pretty good fragment. I'll ditch this one, though. It's a corner, so we'll probably find something much better by the time we can afford those, even. Alright, and then I think all this stuff I've actually tested before. No, this is definitely going to get trashed. Actually, I can trash that as well. Okay. And this is one of the rare fragments I found in addition to this one. Alright, I'm going to hang on to all this stuff for right now. Let's go ahead and upgrade this some more while I'm thinking about it. And I want to keep an eye on the shape changing cost and see if this changes as I upgrade it. Because if it does, then it would be better to do shape changes before upgrading. Does not change that. We're getting additional experience, so I'll continue to upgrade this. And keep going. Now we have more experience and mana from our wizard level. And then, let's see, we're at 5 out of 9, so probably in another level we'll start to get an initial mana boost, and then finally construction skill levels. So probably just going to pour all my extra cores into that until it's maxed. This is by far the most powerful one that I've found. We're already getting 20% extra experience from it in addition to a bunch of other stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and do this now. So we'll start with I guess we'll start with M4. And we have no stash to open. So this is kind of bizarre, actually. It looks like the stuff that comes from up here is just going to head straight to the orb, and there's nothing that can be done about that, it seems. That's a little awkward. And then the rest of these things can be forced. Probably want to force everything to go up and around this way. And then continue that. And then we obviously want to make them go around the shrine. We'll probably end up using the shrine. So we need to block this off. Okay, I think that's pretty much all the walling off that I can do. Now, what concerns me here is I need to put a tower somewhere where it'll target the stuff coming from the upper side. So I think I need to build up here. I could build here, but then it'll be a long time before I can catch this stuff in range. There's not a lot of great opportunities to build in these areas. So I think we're just going to build one giant kill gem here, and hopefully the stuff coming by here will be treated as closer to the orb because of the distance that this has to travel to get back around. And so it'll shoot that stuff with a higher priority. Maybe I'll eventually throw another gem down here somewhere just to clean things up. All right, let's figure out so we can do this. There's enough room to set up the amplifiers if I build here, I believe. That seems perfectly reasonable. I guess I'll do armor tearing and bleeding. go ahead and set up that amplifier so it doesn't get in the way later. Okay, there's no extra mana to be had in this level, so I think I'm just going to be calling waves early and focusing on putting enhancements on this and making sure things don't get by, especially in this top part. Let me see if there's anything I can do. So that'll be the edge of that, so we can force them to go down, up, down. It's about as much as I can do there. And then once they get past here, we can force them to go up a little bit, but that doesn't do much. And then something like that. It's about as much as I can do there. All right, let's get started. And we get a beam out to deal with all these swarmlings. I guess I'll save the beam charges until I need them, which looks like it could be pretty soon. Go ahead and throw one down now. Yep, a lot of swarmlings coming through. And yeah, I'm calling waves early because it's really the only way I have to get extra mana right now. Let us use a beam enhancement real quick. We're actually going to let a little bit of stuff get through here. That's going to be a little annoying, but not too bad. I'm going to let this get up to level 5, I think. Let's focus this down, and then this. Alright, I'm thinking if I upgrade this, throw a bolt on it, there's a good chance we'll be able to take out this Wraith. Yep, there we go. Now why is this carrying an Orblet in the wrong direction? I guess it's not. I guess they just both happen to overlap and be moving at the same speed. Alright, we definitely need to take care of a bunch of this stuff. I already let a whole bunch through by accident. It's not good. Gathers the energy of all gems on the battlefield. Shreds a ratio of remaining health. And stuns. So by itself, it doesn't really do much. It's not actually going to kill them. Right, let's just try to freeze some of this stuff in place. Slow some of those down. So we're just going to let all this through. A little painful, but not too bad, I guess. I think it's time to start building a lot more amplifiers. Okay, I'm going to start calling some more waves early, now that we seem to have things under a bit better control. Time for more of these. Alright, that's going to be a big improvement. Definitely need to beam down these swarmlings. Yeah, this is just going to require some micromanagement because of the nature of this maze, where I only get one shot at each side. I mean, I could build more towers, but this is generally the most powerful way to do these. I think I'm going to save up for the 8,000. Beam ran out. we'll put a beam on once the swarmlings come. And that way we'll have another one for the next swarmling wave. Alright, we can definitely afford to upgrade this now. We'll wait until the beam runs out. There we go. Go ahead and put a couple more amplifiers down. And probably it's time to start making these grade 3. We actually get a lot of extra mana for calling these early. Let's see. Let's just encourage that a little bit. Switch over to beam. Alright, we're getting there. This is getting a little ahead of me here. Let's just focus this down real quick. I'm gonna let this get up to level 8. And in fact, we'll be able to afford this soon. Looks like I let things get a little bit ahead of me. Let's go over to Barrage for a second. Alright, we're fine. Pretty confident that my maze can handle the rest of this, but I'm going to wait for all these swarmlings to be killed before I start calling things early again. Alright, that seems to be mostly everything now. Just go ahead and call everything. We got a bunch of extra mana in case we let some stuff through. Maybe there's an achievement for not using the shrines at all. Apparently there wasn't. Or I already got it. Seems like the sort of thing that I would do. Just ignore features on the map like that. Don't want that. Don't really want this one either. Okay, so we do have an additional field. Looks like these are probably the last two now. This one has a stash, so I might go... Let's see, this one is N5. Yeah, I'll do them in order. N4 first. Alright, we're gonna attempt to collect shapes from these. We're pretty close to having our shape collection filled out. 1 inner fragment, 9 edges, and 5 corner fragments. Alright, so probably gonna take a while yet. It's going to get harder and harder to find the exact right ones, too. Okay. N4 we said. Alright, we got to get through 8,000 shield on this. We have a bunch of monster eggs over here. Things are going to come in past here. Once I get rid of the shield, this is easy to take out. Shield can be taken out with beams. And it looks like I can build pretty much wherever I want in here. Okay, so let's say we're going to send them up and around. So we'll block off this, and they'll go around here. And then... guess I can do my best to see to it that everything except for the stuff that comes from here comes by here. So to do that, do something like this. And we can block that off. And just force them to go up there. Alright, so then they have to run along here. We can add in a little bit of extra there, but right now we just have to make sure that all this stuff goes through this nest. I'm assuming that's possible. Yep. And we have to block this off. Okay, so now everything is going to come up this way. And then I just have to do my best to put that in range of where this tower will be. So probably building right here will be sufficient. Just thinking, can actually force stuff to come down a little bit before it heads up by doing this. Okay, so then I can put an amplifier. I might have messed this up a little bit. I might want to eventually... let's see. Oh, this is fine. I can just put the tower here. And we can put an amplifier here. Alright, I'm hoping that it'll eventually be able to reach over here. To take full advantage of this loop around. Alright, let's do, I guess we'll do bleeding and armor tearing. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a tower down here. This to structures. You're going to need many beam spells cast on that. Okay, so as long as I play my cards right, this will kill most of the stuff, and then there'll just be a few things that it has to deal with up here. I can go ahead and throw bolts on this. I don't want to call waves early. Until this looks like it's going to be easy to open. Okay, we're about to get leveled up on mana. Need 4,100 for this. I shouldn't have cast that beam there. It needs to be over here. I can get by just fine with bolts on these. Okay, time to start doing more amplifiers. Use bolts to take out more of the swarmlings before they get there. Just gotta continue working on this. There's so many swarmlings. About half the shield is gone. Might want to consider putting some more points into beam just to make it last a bit longer to help with this type of thing. Although we're not even halfway through the waves yet. just gonna go ahead and start calling some stuff early. Speed the process up a little bit. Kind of wish there was a way to set up certain strike spells to just auto cast on a gem when they're available. Probably just let this one go. Oh, they're starting to get pretty far. Alright, once this gets up to level 8, we'll do an upgrade there. Oh, we gotta focus this down. Let's see, how's it doing for damage? Let's just freeze it. Okay. We can upgrade this now. Cast Bolt. Throw another beam on there. Got another Spectre? Wraith? Spectre to deal with. Okay, so we got a Talisman Fragment from that. Now I can actually just keep beam on this. And it should deal with most of this stuff. Keep calling waves early since we don't have swarmlings coming in yet. And I might have taken that a step too far. Let's just upgrade and, well, I'm gonna wait for another beam to be available. Okay. Upgrade, beam, freeze, slow all that stuff down. Okay, we got a enemy there I have to keep an eye on. Getting close to the end of this. $32,000 for the last upgrade. I don't think we're going to be able to afford that. Let's do bolts, freeze, that. Oh, those are some powerful enemies. Let me see. What do I want to do here? Got plenty of mana. Guess we'll just throw down a pylon and have this target structures. A bunch of this stuff will get through, but it shouldn't matter. Let me just target least hit points for a while to take out all these swarmlings. It's fine for a bunch of this stuff to get through. Okay, now let's go back to targeting structures. Alright, and the pylon can take the giants out. We don't need this anymore. We opened that. What do we get from this? A fragment, I think? Okay, and we can take this out. Garbage and... this is kind of garbage, actually. Reavers and giants. A bunch of pretty iffy stats. All right, let's ditch it. Do the same thing with that one, and We've got enough cores to upgrade this again. See if we can get some initial mana. Nice. Looks like it maxes out at plus 20% experience gained. Which is actually pretty surprising. I think that's, like if you look at some of these lower grade ones, like this one is already 14%. I guess that's to make up for the fact that it has so many more stats. So if you get a bunch of good stats on these, they can be quite powerful. Alright, so we just have N5 now. That's probably it, unless there's another field hiding down here. After this, we open up the rest of the stashes in Endurance, and then we have nothing left to do besides progress at that choke. Alright, let's see. We've got only coming from here, it looks like. Alright, let's try not to overanalyze this. If we go right here... Yeah, this is fine. We'll block everything off except for this lower path. Make sure that they don't come up this way. So we're going to catch them coming around here and coming through here. And eventually the range might be long enough for us to catch them here. In fact, it will be at some point. All right. Easy choice on what gems to use. Put an amplifier here to block that off. And now let's see. This will eventually be blocked off, so they can only go below. So we'll probably do something like that. And then I'll come through here. So probably force them to come from over here. Why not all the way around, actually? And then I don't really care exactly what path they take to get here. Just that they do it by coming close by this. So we'll just do that, and I guess we can make them loop back around through here, and that'll be good enough. All right, let's do it. I guess I can throw a bolt on there for right now. And we can use beams to get more mana as well. Probably going to want to call things early. Okay, we'll wait for the 2000 for the upgrade to this. Looks like we got it. Waiting for the beam to get used up, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. There we go. Alright, making tons of mana off of that. Let's let this get up to level 6. And then, so I'll upgrade this, throw an amplifier here, and here. Alright, I'm going to start calling a bunch of stuff early, just to get more mana and put more stuff in range of the beam, just speed the whole process up. And even upgrade this and recast beam on it. Alright, let's do a couple more amplifiers. Alright, let's do that, and bolt. Just gonna go ahead and put the remaining amplifiers down. I can still hit this. Oh, that's a pylon. I didn't even realize that was a pylon. Amplifiers only work with towers and traps, okay? I think I already knew that. At least I should have. I just thought it was weird that they have these next to each other. Alright, about to get to level 9 mana pool here. Let's go ahead and we need 33,000. We'll wait for that. I kind of want to see what happens if I get to level 10 mana pool. Maybe I already did that once, though. This is fine. We'll just upgrade this, throw some beam on it first, then just gonna keep throwing enhancements on it. Actually, if we upgrade this just a bit, or a lot, I can set this to structures and just use the pylon to take them out. Alright, a mana fragment, that's not very good, that's garbage. Okay, now let's analyze. We've got a stash there. I can't mouse over that for some reason. That's bizarre. Why can I not mouse over M4? Okay, so N5, J1, G2 and 4. Okay, so we got a bunch down here. We got 3 down here, and then we got these 2 up here. So I'll do the ones up here first. I can't see what M4 is, so we haven't listened to the main menu music in a while. Here we are back at the main menu. I get to see this every time I start recording, but you guys don't ever see this anymore. I really like the music for this game. It's composed by David Orr, I think. Yeah. I think he has a YouTube channel where he's got the stuff that he wrote for this game and a few other games, if you want to check it out. Fits the theme of the game very well. Alright, let's continue this and see if I can access M4. Okay, so there is a stash there. So we got 3 to do up here, and then the 3 down at the bottom. We're not going to get through all that today. Hoping to find some more skills. Did I mess this up? This is endurance mode. Where is the stash? Okay, I feel like I'm blind. Alright, bear with me. Oh, I tried to do N4 and there's no stash there. I'm not sure why I thought there was. Alright, N5 is the one we just did, so let's do M4 instead. You can see the location of the stash here. That's what I was planning to do, was find it using the map. So it's in the top left. But it's usually pretty easy to see on the map. Obviously, if it's not there, that's a problem. Now, this is the one where I set up the loop, so I can just actually have access to every gem on this map. This does have armor, so I'm gonna set up a dual. Let's see, I can do right here. Get everything except for 1 amplifier if I go here. That's fine. Probably won't need that much because we're just gonna shred this, especially once we use beam on it. Okay, I will do a dual gem though, instead of pure armor tearing. Speed this up. Oh, wait. I gotta fix up all of this. Okay, so I want to make sure that everything goes up this way, so that requires blocking this off. And then it can't go down here. And then it can't go across here. Alright, and the ones that come from up top, they're gonna go all the way around. And do a little thing like that, just to make them spend longer in there. Probably not gonna matter, but actually I don't need to do that. Alright, as soon as we get beam, we will focus this down. Actually just gonna let some stuff get past while I shred the armor on this. Yeah, we've got probably 1 more beam spell on this. And actually, I'll probably just continue to focus this down. Could have just used bolt from the beginning. Alright, we got a Talisman Fragment, but we're done here. We don't need to worry about finishing the level out. Well, if they all go that fast... Ooh. Let's see. Wizard level to XP and mana. Damage to swarmlings, flying ones, damage to giants. Doesn't have damage to reavers. Mana leeching effect on enemies and whiteout. Not that great, but maybe maybe if you stack a bunch of that and then you set up like a mana trap and you white out the enemies on top of it, maybe you can get a lot of mana that way. That seems very specialized though, and probably not worth it. Overall, not a great fragment, I would say. Alright, so that's that one done. I think we just have N5 to do. Endurance mode, there's a chest right there. Alright, this one has 99,000 armor. But we already know we can get through that with bolts. Let's see. I think I'll do something like... Hopefully this wall off doesn't cost me too much. Actually, what am I even trying to do here? I want to do this, and I want to do something like this. And then we can just wall this off. Okay, so now this is their own little loop that they have to run. So now we just have to make sure that when they come in, they have to go over... here. Then they have to go down, go around the loop, go back up, and then they can get into the exit. Alright, so that's all that done. And then they can't access this whole area in here, which means I can put towers in here. So we'll do something like this. We need to shred armor, in theory at least. Actually, this isn't going to be in beam range. Spending a little bit too much time setting this up, considering how easy it's going to be, so let's just quickly do the rest of this. Get this upgraded. Just run it. And what I'll do is I'm going to do a separate tower. It's pure armor tearing. Let's use beam to farm up a bunch of mana. We can upgrade this a couple of times, and then use beam on this to take out the armor. Just ignore that. Let's see, this is going to take too long. I can upgrade this before I beam again. Alright, that's better. One more upgrade on this, maybe. Yeah, let's do beam on this. And then we'll put the next upgrade on this, and then beam with it. Okay, so we can upgrade that. Beam. Go ahead and do another beam. Alright, that's starting to take care of the armor. A few more beams and it'll be gone, but I'm going to do this first to get more mana. And we can upgrade this and put a bolt on it. Wait, you're supposed to be targeting this. Maybe that's why it was taking a long time, because I wasn't actually hitting it with the beams before and I just didn't notice or something? I'm not sure. Ooh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Let's freeze you. And we can just focus you down now, probably. Let's do that. How do I target? Oh, that's annoying. Seriously? Let's see. Flying one? Special? Let's weaken these. Let's freeze everything in place. Okay. Now we can switch back to normal. Should be targeting structures, beam. That'll take care of the rest of the armor. Now, honestly, we can just no, I guess I'll leave it there. Let's create another grade 5 gem. Do yellow. Combine it in here, and that can just focus on taking the structure down. We'll use bolt. We'll use beam on this when it's ready. Okay, this should be taken care of pretty soon. Alright. Ooh, we did get a skill tome from that. Nice. Alright, this is endurance mode, right? Yeah, I don't need to stick around. We'll come back and farm it later if we feel like it. What did we get? Slowing. So I believe that's just blue gems, right? And I never use blue gems. It's hard for me to imagine that I ever would want to use blue gems. Maybe if the path that I have to work with is very short, I just need to slow all the enemies down instantly, like with a trap or something. Or maybe if I need to put it in front of a mana farm or something like that. Okay, so we have slowing. Gives longer effect, and then even longer. So it doesn't even make it slow more. It just makes it last longer. So it's not even that good. I mean, I guess having one or two at the beginning just to slow everything down and give my other towers more time to fight, it would help with burst. In fact, considering how much trouble I've had with endurance runs in the past with burst, maybe I should have considered using more slowing gems. Alright, so we got both of these stashes. We have enough time to do one or two more. I'm just going to double check these fields. Okay, so there's one on J1, and then there's the 3 at the bottom. So once I get this one on J1, we'll be done with this whole upper area. Just have to grab the 3, and then we can move on. Okay, it is sort of in the top left, middle-ish. $100,000 hit points, very little armor. Looks like we're going to be using armor tearing anyway for our main gem. Now, this is the one where I determined that I wanted to have things come from below. So the idea is you prevent them from coming in here. Prevent them from going this way. You prevent this, so then they have to come from down here. Now, unfortunately, you can't wall this off. Oh, actually. Yes, you can. Everything here. Okay, so I missed this the last time. Everything here can be forced to come over this way. So we can just do this. And this. Can even do something like this to lengthen their path. Okay, so they're coming around here. Now we can force them to continue to go around. Like so. Can set up another one of these. And then we can force them to all come from up here and here. Okay, so this is great. Now we can just do a tower. I think here is fine. One more over. Then we'll have room for amplifiers. Actually, honestly, we don't need that many amplifiers. I'm just going to build here, and we'll restrict the number of amplifiers we can build. I guess that's what I decided on. Duplicate that. Go ahead and start upgrading this. Okay, this shouldn't take too long. Kind kind of tempted to... I'll just use beams on this to get a bunch of mana. That was the wrong spell. Now, unfortunately, the beams aren't actually targeting the monsters, they're targeting the stash. Which is less than ideal, to say the least. Can we take this out? Yes. I think what I'll do is upgrade this, let a bunch of stuff get in range, and then cast Beam. Still didn't get that much mana for it. Yeah, this is gonna go pretty quick though. I think I'm just going to throw enhancements on this and not worry about the exact amount of mana that we're earning. Couple more rotations and we should be good. I did not need this big, complicated maze for this. We got a shadow being a pain now. Yeah, let's just take the rest of this out. Got another skeleton. Should I bother killing this? I guess we'll kill the shadow. Have a shadow spawn a monster while time is frozen. Nice. Alright, let's just farm a bunch of mana up. Let's take out this Wraith. Now we actually can't yet. Alright, the Wraith should be in range soon. Oh, they keep taking out my spells. Focus the Wraith down. Now let's work on the shadow. Not quite. Keeps messing up my spells. Wait, that's actually really annoying. Okay, once it gets in range, we'll upgrade that. Wait, where is it? I lost it. Special. That should target the shadow. Can I just hit you, please? Bolt, shadow. Barrage, shadow. There we go. Okay, I got it. We're gonna lose this soon anyway. This is endurance, though. Okay, so have it spawn while time is frozen. Got some bad fragments again. True colors. Alright, that sounds useful. Let's take a look at this. True colors is a focus skill with no cap. Okay, so it gives damage and specials multiplier to pure gems. Okay, so that's useful for primarily mana leeching and maybe poisoning, like I was talking about at the start of this episode. Armor tearing gems if I need to tear armor. And what is the tier bonus? Oh, okay. So the tier bonus actually gives a stronger amount to dual, triple, and quad gems. You know what? I never really looked at triple and quad. I should see what the stats are on those and see if it would be worth using that on occasion. I could see doing something like critical, mana leech, and bleeding, I think the red one is called. Alright, well, considering that I put 15 points into this to get 45% extra damage, it should be worth it to do at least 10 points in here. Maybe... Let's see, what does this affect? Gem damage. And this affects... Yeah, these affect the same things. This one is actually, in a way, stronger because it affects the specials as well, which is going to be really nice for my mana stealing. I think I actually want to lower this back down to 10. And then either leave this at 10 and 10, which now we got plenty of skill points. I want to put this one at 15. Maybe both of them up to 15 at some point. I'll leave it here for right now, and we'll see in the next episode. Alright, this is going to be a big power boost. Killing things more easily and getting extra mana. Sounds like a pretty big win. In the next episode, we'll grab these last 3 endurance stashes, and then we will break through this choke point here. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching.